make sure to check out Agelessgeeks.com, and if you're local in California, you can check out their store where they have cards, games, figures, and more. Be sure to check out the Plastic Power podcast on Spotify. It's hosted by me, Daredevil19, and my buddy Star Blast Studios, and we do talk about action figures, anime, and more, and we do have guests on there a lot as well. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Venom Let There Be Carnage movie Venom. And this is a very nice figure, but does it have any QC issues, or is it perfecto? Let's find out. So without further ado, let's get into it right away and take a super duper quick look at the box. So here is the front of the box. I really dig the art style. There's the one side, here is the back with some promo images, and then the other side. So now moving on to the detail, just by looking at this Venom, you can tell where most of the money went into this figure. All the tiny sculpt detail, sculpted texture, and where there is paint, it's nice and clean, no fuzzy lines and no sloppiness. So the detail is definitely a high point to this Venom. I don't think they could have done any better of a job with this figure when it comes to the detail. One funny thing is, it does kind of look like he's wearing a thong, kind of like NECA's Predator figures, but that really doesn't bother me. I just find it funny. But like the white veins look great and everything. The head sculpts are so well done. Also, excellent job with the detail by Tamashii Nations. So now for the height of Venom here, to the very tippity topperoo to his head. It looks like he's around 7 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall, which I think is great scaling. Now let's see him compared to a few other figures here. Here is Venom compared to the NECA Ultimate Edition Armored Last Ronin Michelangelo Ninja Turtle. God, that's a lot to say. The TW Toys Snake Eyes, the Marvel Legends Colossus, and we do have the McFarlane Toys Killer Croc. And then here he is compared to some more McFarlane toys. So we have the movie Black Adam, Shadow of Spawn. Then we do have the Marvel Legends comic version Black Panther and the Marvel Legends Sabretooth. I don't know why I said Sabretooth like that. That's Venom's voice, damn it! Anyway, there's the height and height comparisons. Now let's move on to the accessories. And now moving on to the accessories. I don't know why I keep calling him that. I'm sorry, guys. But he is included. I've been listening to Conan O'Brien on his podcast a lot, and I've always been a huge Conan O'Brien fan. That's why I keep saying "rude" after every word. Alright, so Venom is included with a lot of great stuff here, so you can get some pretty good display options. My favorite accessories are the head sculpts. They absolutely killed it with all 3 of them. So starting on the left there, we do get the smiling Venom face sculpt with the mouth closed. Then we do get the semi-opened mouth with the tongue out. And then we do get the fully extended open mouth with the tongue out, like he's getting ready to bite someone's head off. But one thing about the neck joint, it freaks me out. Look how thin and small it is. The head sculpts pop on and off fairly easy enough, but it's just so scary how thin that joint is. So be careful. Venom is also included with a tendril that's connected to Venom's head, like when Eddie Brock was Eddie Brock, and then pretty much like in the first movie, does it in the second movie as well, but if you have a Spider-Man, you could use it with a Spider-Man also, which is pretty cool, but they did a beautiful job with that. Then we do get 2 tendrils that connect on his back, and they are also articulated with 2 ball hinges, and you can see how simple this is to swap out. We also do get this little base and arm, or leg, and it does peg into that tendril with the Venom head, but there's no really articulation to it, so I would recommend just using a regular Tamashii Nation stand. Works so much better than this piece of crap they gave us. Then he's also included with 6 alternate hands, and starting on the topperoo there, he does have some open type hands, sorry guys, and then he does have some pointing finger hands, and then he does have a pair of fists, and you have to use a bit of force to get them on the joint. I would recommend heating them up. He does have thick wrist joints, but still, wrist joints are always scary to swap. I don't care what figure it is, especially if it's Mayfax. Whoops, who said that? I didn't. But yeah, that is all the accessories with Venom. Now let's take a look at the articulation, and Venom has good movement, so at both neck joints, looks down really well, looks up incredibly well, like my god. Then you do get some pretty good pivot out of both the joints, and you do get swivel as well. Torso crunches forward decently. You do see a bit of a gap on the waist there, goes back really well. The pivot on my upper torso, look how tight that joint is. It's like a damn spring. So I can only really get the pivot out of the waist, then the joints do swivel as well. Then we do get a nice like circular motion out of the shoulder. It's like a butterfly joint type of joint too. As you can see, the arms do go out more than 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have the true bicep swivel. We do have double jointed elbows. Then we do have a swivel and hinge on the wrist. Legs kick forward about 90 degrees. Go back 90 degrees. Then he can almost Jean-Claude Van Damme it. You get upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. You do see a little gap in the bottom part of the knee joint. You do get swivel at the ankle. Hinges up. Okay. And then hinges down. Incredibly good. And then you get a freaking 90-degree bend, ankle, pivot. And then you do get a toe hinge as well. So overall, I absolutely love this figure. I used to have the Marvel Legends version, and that figure is amazing for only 25 bucks. But man, Tamashii Nations put this Venom on another level. Don't get me wrong, the Marvel Legends version is a great movie Venom, but I'm so glad I got this SH Figuarts one. The detail is one of my favorite aspects to this figure. The articulation is incredibly good. You can get him into just about any pose you want. A minor issue is how extremely tight that upper torso joint is on mine. I don't know if that's just mine or a universal issue. And when the articulation doesn't move and it's just like a spring, then that is not a good sign. But besides that, the rest of the articulation moves fluidly. The accessories are also awesome. I love the tendrils that you could peg on to the back of Venom. That's probably my favorite accessory. But the face sculpts look so damn good. So between the accessories and articulation, you're gonna be able to have a lot of posing and display options. Plus the figure looks fantastic on display. The price definitely is discouraging. Almost prevented myself from buying it, but I feel it is worth it. Would I have liked it cheaper? Most definitely, but beggars can't be choosers. And truthfully, this is the definitive 1/12 scale movie Venom figure currently at the moment. Alright, so probably the part most of you look forward to the most in the review is the ratings. Alright, so for detail, I'm easily giving this a 10. They did a beautiful job with this figure. It actually looks like the symbiote, like how it did in the movie. Now for the articulation, I'm going to give it a 9.4. Accessories, even 9. And then my overall rating now, I would have to give a 9.4. Now heading over to the QC issue and price rating, this one was pretty simple to do. So the QC issue rating, there really wasn't issues with it besides that tight upper torso, so I'm going to give it a 9.5. The higher the score, the less the QC issues. The lower the score, the more the QC issues, in case anybody missed that from when I first started doing that. The price rating, I'm going to give it an 8.5, because yes, it is a bit discouraging. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Venom Let There Be Carnage movie Venom. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the figure in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, I will catch you on the next episode of Daredevil 19, and I will also see you guys later. Damn it, Venom!